Hello, everybody. In today's video, I'm joined by the owners of the Inviz Archive Server, a group that's played a major role in preserving content and documenting what's been happening within the Skibidi Toilet community. We'll be talking about the purpose of the archive, how it started, and addressing the recent Inviz situation that's had a big impact on creators and the community as a whole. This interview was done through messages, and I appreciate them taking the time to answer these questions and share their perspective. With that said, let's get into it. What originally made you decide to create the Invisible Narratives Archive?
Well, the original purpose was to help Solanimation with his video on the situation. A short while into gathering the evidence, we all agreed that the server should be continuously updated even after the video released, and that we should make it public to spread as much awareness about the situation as possible, which I definitely say we were successful in doing. Originally, the server was only meant to be a help towards our friend Solanimation theories, and his video talking about the Inviz situation on YouTube, we helped by organizing the information and events that occurred so that it would be easy to follow for Sela. As we did this, we realized this was a good system and could prove useful for other members wanting to keep up with the events. So after Sela posted his video, we publicized the server so that anyone can join and view the archives.
When did you first realize that documenting this situation was important?
I think I first thought about it when Dade made her post saying someone needed to make a video explaining the entire situation. I didn't do anything at first, but Sela's video gave a perfect opportunity to do it for a good reason, so we both offered to help, and were quickly met with a few others who were also interested. Well, initially for Sela, but later because Inviz had started deleting traces on the internet, like the Wayback Machine, social media pages, forums, and journalists commenting on the situation. So we started archiving everything with the help of our amazing team, because it's important to not let evidence or details be wiped out.
In your own words, what is the main purpose of the archive?
To gather as much info about the situation as possible in order to make sure as many people as possible know about what's going on, to store and publicize evidence that relates to the Inviz situation, and allow interested members to freely discuss events that occur in a centralized location.
How do you decide what information gets added to the archive and what doesn't?
If it's even slightly important, then we're probably going to add it. We don't really have too high standards for what needs to be included.
How do you make sure the archive stays factual and fair?
Factual isn't really a concern that I have. It's often left up to the editors, and if I see any issues with it, then I'll just either delete it or add my own little bit of info to clarify what was meant. This doesn't really happen, though, as the archive is mostly filled with pure facts of when things happened rather than opinions of what those things mean. We have a team of editors who, alongside us and some staff members, rigorously fact-check any sources to make sure the archive stays as factual as possible. As for being fair, we also document things that happen on our side. For example, if someone has an interview or something gets leaked from someone in the BBB movement, we also document that. We're kind of like documenting the entire situation, both sides and everything.
What do you think fans misunderstand the most about the Invisible Narrative situation?
Well, I have a pretty controversial one, actually. I think the big mistake 90% of people are making is assuming that everything Inviz says is automatically a lie and should be completely ignored. What I mean by this is that I think Inviz is at least partially telling the truth about things, but they're missing out crucial pieces or twisting things in a way that makes it more so fit their narrative. A good example of this is their claim that Dafug is just choosing to stay silent during all of this. I actually believe this claim is true. However, I believe it's true because Dafug is currently getting help, likely Valve, to get the series back. So Inviz is telling the truth about him choosing to stay silent. But they're missing out the part where he's actively working against them and waiting for the right moment to strike back TLDR. Inviz is telling the truth. But they're missing out so many important bits just so that it can fit their narrative. That anyone who reveals info that says anything bad about Inviz is immediately trustworthy and should be hailed as so. Facts can easily be made up, and if we allow ourselves to be fooled by forged information, documents, evidences, then we lose credibility, and we make ourselves look unserious or even naive.
What has been the hardest part about running the archive?
The initial period, right when the server opened. I don't think we were given notice of when the video with the link was going to be released, so all of a sudden there were 100 or so people joining without anything in place to accommodate them. I wasn't even there. So I think Bab had to do the first few things to sort it out. Luckily, we quickly managed to fix things up, and by now I'd say the server is in a really good state, bringing people together for sure. Community-wise, it is difficult to get people to put differences aside for a bigger cause, especially when there's many dramas or issues that occur between smaller groups of people. And since I wanted Inviz Archive's server to be indiscriminate of who we let in, obviously, then some people who had bad pasts with others can join, and then there's that period of calming everyone down and trying to reach an agreement.
What motivates you to keep maintaining it?
The fact that the situation is still advancing around us makes me really want to keep it going as long as possible, especially with how many big names we have in the server who are willing to not only give us info before the rest of the community sees it, but also share the server invite around to get it to as many people. I think if we didn't have people like Zach Dorr, Iron Cam, and Oma here, I'd be a lot less inclined to maintain it as much as I have been.
What do you hope people take away from the archive?
That's a tough question. More than anything, I'd say I hope that people see all the info we have and how dedicated the community is to maintaining it as best we can. That with numbers and coordination, we can achieve anything. We can broaden our knowledge on the situation, help those who are unknowing to deepen their knowledge, bring ourselves closer as a community, and realize that we are not divided. We are just yet to be united.
What would you like to see happen next for the community moving forward?
Unity. Right now, there's too much division going on, in my opinion, and it's causing a lot of infighting, which drags the focus away from the far more important things going on. Well, ideally, to have boom back LOL, but realistically, I want transparency. People being vague or miscommunicating to hype us up doesn't help much. If there is something to be said, let it be said, but with proof and reliability. If there is neither, then it should be kept quiet until evidence does surface.
Is there anything you'd like to share with the viewers who watch this video?
Just keep fighting. I'm sure things will get better in the coming months.
That's going to wrap up this interview. I want to thank the owners of the Inviz Archive server again for taking the time to answer these questions and help clarify what's been going on. Hopefully this gave some useful insight into the situation and why it matters to the community moving forward. If you found this interview helpful, feel free to share it with others, and thank you for watching.